think we had a little bit of fun tonight. I mean, it's our first game in the NIT. Not exactly where we wanted to be, but I think everyone on the roster now is just kind of enjoying, okay, this is where we are, this is the ride we're going to take. So I think tonight was a good showcase of just all of us kind of playing together. I mean, it took us a while to kind of get it turned on and start playing like us, but I think that's just kind of some of the emotion and a few other factors going into it. But we ended the game on a high note and moving on, going to the next round.
What was it that turned you on, especially for that 20-0 run in the second half?
I think it was just us playing, having fun, trusting each other. And we also started getting stops in the second half, I think, more and more. And so those stops led to us transition buckets and kind of just gave us some juice on the offensive end, I think.
Caleb, when you say that maybe what took you guys a while to kind of get into was the emotion, what does that mean?
I mean, going into the game, I mean, it's no surprise, like, this isn't exactly, I think I said it before, this isn't exactly where we wanted to be in the NCAA tournament. And so I think to us, this game, in a lot of our minds emotionally, just wasn't as important because we didn't expect to be here. So I think it kind of took us a sec, like, you know what? Like, we're still playing basketball. Like, this is so fun to get to be together as a team and enjoy this moment. And, like, let's just go play. Let's go keep winning games and make the most out of this opportunity that we have because we don't have a control of what could have happened.
Was that like a conversation you guys had like at halftime or something like that?
I think it's been kind of a conversation we've had for the last week in practice and leading up to this game. But I think at a point in that part of the game, it just kind of clicked. Everyone was looking at each other differently. Like, it was kind of, we were on attack mode. Like, we were trying to go score the ball. We were getting stops, talking loud on defense. Like, we just did the right things to help us win. And I think at the beginning of the game, some of that wasn't completely there.
What does it say about this team, Caleb, to not fold up the tent and end the season and actually fight, turn frustration to fight, and battle for this win?
I mean, it just shows like who these guys are, and they're just going to keep coming no matter what we're thrown, what situation we're in. I mean, that's one thing I personally can trust every single one of these guys to do is fight for me. And so I think collectively as a team, the more we get together and, I mean, push the ball and make plays for teammates and just be basketball players. The outcome was, I think we won by 20. Mm-hmm. We were down 5 going into the second half. Yeah. So.
Coach, 28 assists on 36 field goal makes. What do you make of the offensive performance?
Yeah, it was. We talked about it for the last couple of days. This was going to be a really fun game to kind of start the NIT, and it's a game that, could be disastrous, but could be exactly what the doctor ordered in terms of making plays. And the question was going to be, do we respond to the pressure well and take advantage of all the openings behind it? Like, can we be good decision makers and take care of the ball, or are we going to get crushed by the pressure? And so, the way they play, they force you to make decisions. I thought Caleb was unbelievable at the point of attack tonight, making decisions for the most part. And it's a game that begs for assists. Sometimes we play, like you play St. Mary's, and St. Mary's is not going to leave anybody. They're going to actually let you play a one-on-one game in the paint. And this team is exactly the opposite. They're going to send a second defender in the press. They're going to send a second defender on the post. They're going to send a second defender everywhere and switch everything. So if you just keep pushing and moving the ball and stay on attack, you're going to end up with a lot of assists. And I thought our guys, we kind of talked about it through the course of the game, that, we weren't our very best in the first, half, first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes. But we believed that if we kept just knocking on the door that the game would come to us, and the guys did. They were awesome. Super fun.
When your guys took the floor at the second half, it seemed like you were telling them to kind of smile and loosen up a little bit. What kind of message them to go out and have fun and play their game?
Yeah, it's, I think we're all working on our emotions right now. Every team in the NIT, well, that's not true. Teams in the NIT that were like, that were, I think there's probably 2 tiers of teams in the NIT. There's teams that, like, we made it. Like, listen, it's a big deal to make the NIT. There's 270 or whatever teams that don't, right? And so for those teams that are scratching and clawing to get in, this is an incredible opportunity. And then for some of the teams where they're like, I thought we were going to, maybe we had expectations or hopes or dreams of being in the NCAA tournament, maybe it can be hard to collect your emotions. That's no secret. Everybody's dealing with the same thing. The one thing we have with this team is And the one thing that I think I took into this game with a lot of confidence is this team, whether we played well or not played well, we fought. Like, this team's got a lot of fight. It's just in their DNA. They fight for each other. And so, there were times in the first half where I was convincing myself that was true, and certainly these guys proved it again. So, yes, I think we're approaching this a little different. Like, right now we have to love the game. Like, we have to love the game. Like, and loving the game shouldn't be hard. I'm telling you, Caleb Lohner, the day the season over, the next day, he's going to be on the phone calling everybody he knows, trying to get a pickup game at the rec, right? And so we don't want to lose sight of that, of how much we love this game, and we can still get better. I mean, this Caleb Lohner this guy's got an unbelievable future, and it's not coming like super, super fast, and it's not super, super easy, but like, he made unbelievable progress tonight. What a spectacular game in a really hard decision-making game. So there's still a lot to be learned, a lot to be gained, and it's fun to win. And how great was this gym? Like, there was times in the first half when things were going wrong, and a bunch of times in the second half where I'm like, I cannot believe all these people came out for this, and they're in it. Like, and it made it fun. Yes,
It's really fun.
like, we must be the luckiest, the most blessed team in the world that we get to play in this building, and these fans come and show out. It is a gift. Like, I'm telling you, most college players, there's a lot of college players that play the whole career and never play in that gym. And so I think they made a huge difference. You felt that way?
Yeah.
I felt like
It's
our
made it
fans
more
made a
engaging,
huge
I think.
difference. Yep.
Does it help at all? I mean, two different teams in the NIT, two different types of teams, but Long Beach State, two plays away from being in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Like, emotionally, does that help at all, knowing you're playing a team like that to open up the NIT?
Well, I think for us, we do like playing terrific teams, and they're a championship team. They won their conference championship, and it's not easy to win a conference championship. We've never done it here in the WCC. It's not easy. So it says a lot about their team, and so, it's always fun to go play against really good teams, and certainly they're that. And they suffered a massive disappointment, 1 point away from being in the NCAA tournament. But it's a privilege to play against really good teams.
Caleb, I'm not sure if you were aware that your 20 points were a career high today. What do you think went into that performance?
I mean, just playing. I just think making the right decisions and just letting the game come to me, not forcing anything. I think all the shots and offensive decisions I made tonight just were kind of slow, except a few, but I just kind of was in my right spots, set some good screens, cut, and because of the way this team played, the switches, and it caused it all sort of confusion with them, I was able to kind of utilize a little mismatch under this basket, a few high-lows, but I mean, a lot of those are just great passes from Atiki and Foose and Tijon one. Like, I think I was just on attack, and shots started to go in.
Our game was tied at 57, and about 4.5 minutes later, you guys were up 20. What happened in that 4.5 minutes?
I felt like we were holding ourselves back a little bit. When I say that, what I mean is, we felt like, we talked about it in halftime. We talked about it felt like we were against pressure. We were trying not to make a mistake, right? And we just needed it. And it wasn't just trying not to make a mistake, but it was also like finding our whole hearts. And it was just the process that every team in this tournament is going to go through. And we just felt like, a team that puts pressure up front like that, like, they're just begging for you to tear them to pieces on the backside if you can attack the beginning of it and then make plays on the backside. And so, it was there the whole night. We just got more and more comfortable, which is what we thought we would do. We kept talking about, hey, keep pushing. We're gonna find a rhythm here, and so that's why these games are fun, right? Is because you have that chance to break open like that. A perfect example. So at the 10 minutes, give or take, into the second half, Caleb Lohner gets a post catch on the right block right in front of us. And the double team comes immediately, and they're suffocating him. And he protects the ball, unbelievable poise, splits it, makes the read. Guys cross on rotation, and he finds Spence, right? Yep. Spence wide open in the corner. Like, you think about Caleb's 20 points, but those 20 points came because of plays like that, and that's what that type of pressuring defense opens for you if you're actually tough enough to make the play. And so we finally kind of found a rhythm we were able to do that. I thought Tijon made some plays. I thought Caleb made a bunch of plays. I thought we had some guys off the bench make plays and just found a little bit of rhythm.
Caleb, now that you guys got one win under your belt, do you get the sense now from you and your teammates that you guys are all in to maybe make a run to the Garden and try to pursue that?
Yeah, we are. And I think our approach is just the same as it's always been. We're just going to go have fun, play the game of basketball, fight for each other, and make plays. And I think tonight also in the second half, it was fun for us as a team to see, oh, man, like we're playing for each other like at a really high level, moving the ball. And, I mean, it showed. We ended up going on that 20-point run, and now we got to go play another game. And so I think it all just comes down to, like, we just want to play more. And so if we keep winning, we keep playing, we get to go to New York, some of Coach's old stomping grounds, and have a good time.
Coach, Alex was scoreless first half, and he seemed to get freed up in the second. Was that something that you guys changed, or they just like leave him open on accident and keep leaving him open on accident?
Well, it's kind of a consequence of the way that they try and play, the pressure they try and exert. It's hard to like take a guy out of a game and be sending a second guy to the ball everywhere else also, right? And so I think it was more of a result of our guys being a little bit more confident on attack, right? Being less sticky. You saw a lot of times in the first half, they're in a diamond press and we're just passing back, throwing over the top, and then the receivers like caught it and we just weren't feeling aggressive. So we made an adjustment where we just flipped it upside down and kind of put Alex on the receiving end to be the attacking guy, not the ball handling, decision making guy in the backcourt. And I think that helped a little bit. But I think more than that, it was just the whole team feeling more comfortable being on attack. And if you play that way, you cannot take Alex Barcelo out of the game if we respond by being on attack. And so, it was nice. It was nice to see him come over for some, and he's a dangerous man.
Coach, do you know anything at this point on Northern Iowa? I know they were in Hawaii, the same tournament you guys were in, but do you know anything?
Yeah, they have some kid that is just like a scoring machine. Yes, what's his name? Yeah, just like he puts up 50 every night, something crazy, right? And I know they're really, really well coached. I know they're really disciplined. I expect that they shoot the ball well, and I expect it to be a great matchup. So.
Coach, talk about how hard a Tiki plays like every night. I think it was like 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
He catches the ball in the post, just turns around, like just tries to throw it in the rim.
Yeah. What did you think about that?
Thought it was cool because I've seen a lot of those not go the right way. So it was fun to see one go in.
I think a Tiki, like it's fun to watch a Tiki, isn't it? Like I thought he was actually terrific defensively with a complicated defensive matchup for him because he's guarding shooters the whole night, right? And so it is not an easy defensive matchup. I thought he did like when you see a Tiki down in a stance, guarding at 17 feet and staying down and catching moves, and then like he is, like this was not an easy game for him. It's a decision-making game. It's a spread-the-floor defensive game, meaning for us we had to go guard space, even at the 5. I thought he was awesome. I'm super excited about what he did tonight. And the air dunk was awesome. Like, that's awesome.
It's an air dunk.
Yeah, it's an air dunk, man. Come on, right?
Is that good?
Guys, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good job.
Thank you.